Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. On this channel, I very often talk about right to repair. The fundamental concept behind right to repair is that when you purchase something, you own it and you should be able to maintain your own personal property. The manufacturer should not go out of their way to keep you from being able to fix your own personal property. I think that's a form of disrespect that the manufacturer is showing the consumer. And in many ways, subscriptions show a similar disrespect. Not the same disrespect, but a similar one when they don't allow you to cancel. I personally don't like subscriptions very much. I don't like the idea of having to pay every single month for something that used to be something that I bought from a one-time purchase. For instance, I would not want to subscribe to this camera. I purchased this lens once. Sony does not have any upkeep cost associated with me using this lens, therefore it should be a one-time purchase. But I understand that there are things like gym memberships and utility bills where the utility company does have a cost to upkeeping all of their systems. They cannot just have me pay one time for electricity and then be done. There has to be a subscription. And I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is when companies that have subscription models show a similar disrespect to the consumer that many modern manufacturers do in not allowing them to cancel. And this is not something I even recognized as a thing until about a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, I wanted to cancel a gym membership that I had. And I logged onto their website assuming that it was going to be nice and easy to cancel because it took me 30 seconds to sign up on your website. Surely it'll take me 30 seconds to cancel. Oh, Lewis. Oh, Lewis. Anyway, I log onto the website, no way to cancel. I call them up and I figure out that if I want to cancel, I have to send them proof that I no longer live in the area. But more importantly, I have to certified mail it. I cannot mail it. I have to certified mail it. This is a fuck you to the customer, and it's also a way to try to collect more money. Why is that the case? 99% of the world does not have a $400 label printer made by Zebra in their office with a subscription to Stamps or Indicia. They can't print certified mail from their home. If you want to do certified mail, they're going to have to spend 15 minutes driving to a post office, 15 minutes a line, and 15 minutes driving back. What that means is that they have to waste 45 minutes of their life to cancel a gym membership because they went out of their way to require that you cancel in the most difficult way possible. And there is only one reason to make it that difficult to cancel a gym membership. Because if it's that difficult to do it, you probably won't do it. On average, the people canceling gym memberships are the people that didn't have it in them to go to the gym. On average, the people that didn't have it in them to go to the gym after signing up may also be the type of people that don't have it in them to waste 45 minutes of their life to cancel. It's just one of these things. It's like a pattern recognition thing. Like the person who is likely to do this is not likely to do that. The person who is not likely to do that is not likely to do that. And they know this. They know that if they make it very difficult for people who wish to cancel a service they are not using to cancel, that you're likely to just keep getting billed month after month after month. There is more money to be had as a business making it difficult to cancel than it is making it easy to cancel. Why we want to make it easy for you to stop giving us money. And particularly, why we want you to stop giving us money if you're not even using our services. That's the best type of customer to have. The best type of customer to have is a customer that keeps paying you when they're not actually using your service. And this is something that many people have started to fight back against. I pointed it out in this video. I also pointed out in this video, LA Fitness is another gym that takes part in this cancellation scam. And let's call it what it is, a scam. And many people have decided to push back against this. The FTC has also decided to push back against this. Litecoin has done some interesting stuff while at the FTC. And cable companies have been saying, I'm not kidding, customers may misunderstand the consequences of canceling, the cable lobby says. This is reported by Ars Technica. Lobbyists for cable companies and advertisers yesterday expressed their displeasure with the proposed click-to-cancel regulation that aims to make it easier for customers to cancel services. The TLDR of this regulation is if I can sign up for your service online in 90 seconds, I should be able to cancel the service online in 90 seconds. If it takes me 3 minutes to sign up, 3 minutes to cancel. 10 seconds to sign up, 10 seconds to cancel. If you wish to require that I use certified mail to cancel my service, then goddamn it, you should not be allowed to sign up customers unless they are certified mailing you. Something tells me if these companies were only allowed to sign people up the same way that they make them cancel, that they would change their tune real quick. But that's, you know why they don't do that. Federal Trade Commissioner Lina Khan has said the changes are needed because some businesses too often trick customers into paying for subscriptions that they no longer want or didn't sign up for in the first place. NCTA, the Internet and Television Association, the primary trade group for companies like Comcast and Charter, said the rule would make it harder to offer deals for customers who are trying to cancel. The proposed simple click-to-cancel mechanism may not be so simple when such practices are involved. A consumer may easily misunderstand the consequences of canceling, and it may be imperative that they learn about better options. Now, for example, a customer may face difficulty and unintended consequences if they want to cancel only one service in the package, as canceling part of a discounted bundle may increase the price for remaining services. Now, if that's confusing, here's how you can fix that. You can have a website that says, here's how much you pay for services right now, and when you cancel one thing, what it does is it increases the price of the other thing because it's no longer a bundle. This is very simple code to write. I am an idiot. I took me 6 weeks to get past the word wrap exercise on chapter 1, exercise 22 of Dennis Ritchie's C programming language. I'll link it down below for anybody who wants to laugh at my shitty code. Even I could code this shit. Even I could, oh, you uncheck this box, this thing goes up based on this formula. This is not a difficult thing to do. If consumers are confused in any way, shape, or form, the onus is 100% on you for having a shit website and a shit billing policy, which, let's face it, the telecom industry and cable industry is known for. They suck when it comes to making it obvious what it is you bought and paid for. But it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Out of millions of cancellations, complaints received by NCTA members amount to only a tiny fraction of 1%. Do you think I complained to the state attorney general of the state that I moved out of when Best Fitness Nashua tried to make it as difficult as possible for me to cancel my membership? No. Do you think I complained to Ken Paxton in Texas when LA Fitness made it hard for me to cancel my membership? No. I was mad at the person on the phone. I bitched about it to my friends. I made a salty video about it, and then I moved on with my life. I didn't go to the attorney general about this. Yes, they're right. A very, very small percentage of people are complaining about this to their state attorney general. That does not mean that they are not mad. The idea that, okay, this is one of the fallacies that I'll hear from politicians. Like, I remember when I went to Maine, one of the things that Joel Steck has said is he said, I don't see a lot of people showing up here, so this may not really be a problem. And I understand where he's coming from, which is a lot of people did not show up to this hearing. At the same time, this hearing is at 1 o'clock on a work day, on a work week. Like, yeah, a lot of people are not going to take a day off of work where they may not be paid in order to show up to a hearing that they didn't know existed to advocate for a law that has a 1% chance of passing. That does not mean that it is not a problem. How many people here have found it annoying to cancel a subscription at some point in their life? How many people, out of the people that raised their hand to that, reported it to their state attorney general and got feedback in the mail? Why not? Because you have a life. You have shit to do. You don't have time to do that. This is disingenuous at its core. Many people complain about this. Many people see it as a problem. And if you don't believe it's a problem, all I would suggest you do is try signing up for a gym membership at LA Fitness or Best Fitness Nashua and then try canceling it online. It's that easy. It's that easy to see that this is a widespread problem. And the thing that is the most offensive here is the idea that customers may not understand the consequences of canceling. You're too stupid for us to stop taking your money. Just trust us. We have your best interests at heart. You should have a 40-minute conversation with us before that happens. Let's say that there are unintended consequences. Let's say I accidentally cancel something. Oh no. I'll re-sign up for it. That's fine. I can re-sign up for it. I can go back. If most of these websites make it very, very easy for me to sign up for services. So if I canceled something and I made a mistake, I will happily go to your website and re-sign up for it, which is something that's easy to do because these websites make it very, very easy for me to give you my money, in spite of the fact that they make it very difficult for me to stop giving you my money. I'll sign up again. Don't worry about it. No big deal. I'm a big boy. I can cancel services and then re-sign up for them later if I realize that I canceled it in error. You're not trying to protect me, and you never were. And fuck you for implying for even a second that this was about protecting my interests or because you care so much about whether or not I'm going to make a wrong decision. What you're actually doing is you're not trying to make more money by making it hard for people to cancel. You're really protecting me from myself. Oh, fuck you very much. I'll deal with that on my own. It's my job to protect my money, not yours. And I trust myself when it comes to the job and responsibility of protecting my personal finances more than an executive that works at a cable company. So I'll manage my own cancellations. Thank you very much. Tiffith argued that the rule will burden businesses and restrict innovation without any corresponding benefit. How will it restrict innovation if there's a cancel button on a website to a service that I signed up for? Explain this to me. Will somebody explain this to me? Because one of the things that I've talked about on this channel for a while is when you hear the word innovation, you're usually being gaslit in some way, shape, or form. The word innovation used to mean that we had a camera that was black and white, and now we have a camera that is color. That we did not have the ability to zoom, and now we have the ability to zoom. That computers used to be 386SXs, and now we have 486DXs. It used to mean that things were getting better. Innovation is now a buzzword used by lobbyists that wish to erode your rights.
There are dangers privacy.
Pro-innovation,
These bills.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Every time I see this word mentioned, it is mentioned by somebody that's saying something ridiculous. Whether you should not be able to repair what it is you bought and paid for, or you should not be able to cancel a subscription service without having to speak on the phone to an agent for 40 minutes after waiting on hold for 20. How is that innovation? How is it innovation that I need to speak to somebody on the phone in 2024 instead of hit cancel? We have had the technology for me to be able to cancel a subscription using the internet since like 1997. Why do I have to call you? Where's the innovation in that? It's a bullshit buzzword. It's a word that they are making up. Powell claims that complying with the rules would require rebuilding cable company systems and that the cost could exceed $100 million for initial implementation by our industry alone. Wow, I didn't know that the firm that did the first Obamacare website is still getting clients. God damn, I had no idea that people were still hiring them. I have a website with a web forum where you could sign up and you can cancel, and there used to be a different package if you wanted to be able to get questions on iPhones and MacBooks answered. It was this much a month. If you wanted just MacBook questions, it was this much a month. If you wanted to cancel, there was a cancel button. And it didn't cost me $100 million. It didn't cost me $1 million. It didn't even cost me $100,000. It cost me a few $100. Now, granted, I get it. A cable company, that's way more complicated. You know it has to be $100 million for a cancel button, because if you're going to cancel, we have to recalculate the price, and that code alone to recalculate the price, if you want internet without phone service, that's going to be at least 20. You're being gaslit. This is a joke. Either behind door number 1, they're full of shit, or behind door number 2, they actually are hiring the people that did the first Obamacare website to do their entire system. And that's just bullshit. Like, in no world is it actually going to be more expensive to have a website with a cancel button that automatically calculates based on the different services and the different packages and some basic ass multiplication and division to figure out how much of a discount you're giving somebody if they bundle, versus paying hundreds of thousands of customer support agents that spend 40 minutes on the phone with angry customers. Like, no, just no. It's not going to cost them $100 million to retool their systems. It's going to cost them $100 million in money that they are getting from people that forget to cancel, that forget to downgrade, that don't bother downgrading because they just don't want to deal with being on the hold for 40 minutes. Let's be real here. If there's a $100 million loss, it ain't in building a website, it's in lost profits, and people actually have the ability to say, fuck you, I don't want to give you my money anymore. When you make it easy for customers to decide that they no longer want to pay you, they may actually decide that they no longer want to pay you, and they may pay for less stuff. That's what's actually going on here. And any politician that believes this complete line of horseshit is somebody who should be voted out of office. Powell argued that the proposal shouldn't be applied to the cable industry. The ominously labeled negative option feature is merely a plan that continues until the customer cancels. Most such plans present few concerns. In many industries like ours, automatic renewals are the only model that makes any sense. Consumers expect their internet service to flow reliably and without interruption. I expect my internet to renew regularly without interruption. I don't expect that every time it auto-renews that you auto-re-sign me up to a 3-year contract without a cancel button. That's bullshit. It's one thing if I sign a 3-year contract. It's another if when that 3-year contract is up, without me signing anything, without me clicking anything, you automatically sign me up again in a manner where I can't cancel. That's on you. You don't have to have that type of system. If you want to have me on a 3-year contract because you want to make sure that whatever, you get your money's worth for the free modem you gave me or whatever for running wire in my house, I understand that. But once that 3 years is done, why is it that you need to sign me up again and not have me cancel? You could simply renew the service but not have it on a contract. You could have me on a month-to-month afterwards. And again, I don't think it costs $100 million to set that up. You sign me up for a 3-year contract. When my 3-year contract is over, you move me to month-to-month and I have a cancel button. Like what? I forgot, that's going to stop innovation. They know they're paying for continuing service and they know how to cancel, rarely complaining about the process. Again, this is just disingenuous. It's just fundamentally disingenuous. Millions of people complain about this on a regular basis. Simply because they are not filing a claim with their state attorney general does not mean that they are not complaining. And to pretend that that is the case is disingenuous and shitty. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Me personally, I believe that whatever method a company forces you to use to cancel should be the only method they're allowed to use to sign you up. If they want you to wait on hold for 40 minutes in order to cancel, then you should have to wait on hold for 40 minutes to sign up. If they want you to certified mail them to cancel a membership, they should only be allowed to sign you up for that membership via certified mail. The moment that they see that their sales have dropped 99% as a result of them making it that consumer unfriendly, they would immediately cut that shit out. The same way that I said, if that fucker that ran a business where he forces his employees to wear I love my job t-shirts, if his employees were allowed to say what he had to wear for a day, I guarantee he would never force his employees to wear a I love my job t-shirt ever again. Same thing here. You want this to be the only way people can cancel? That should be the only way they should sign up. They'd all learn real quick. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. What's going to follow is an ad, so I will give you time to reach into your pocket and hit X in your player so that you don't hear the ad. Okay, so a few years ago when I stopped doing board repair videos as regularly, I came up with a new website and a new way that I was going to try to continue with repair education since I just got bored after doing 1,000 repair videos. For those of you who don't watch my stuff regularly, we do have over 1,000 repair videos showing you how to do component level board repair with all different types of problems that most other repair shops 10 years ago would tell you are not fixable. We tried to kind of normalize the idea that it is fixable and get people more involved and excited about fixing things. And I just kind of got bored of doing the same video in the same format over and over again. Let's be honest with you. So I decided to try and do a brain dump and take all of the troubleshooting information in my brain and put it over here so that you had it. I also thought it would be an easier format than telling people who wanted to figure out how to fix an issue, you have to go through 1,000 online videos. So enter repair.wiki. Repair.wiki is a website that was kind of hastily put together by me. You can tell I don't have much of a sense of aesthetic taste or formatting, where I would put problems on the left and then solutions on the right. And I tried to make it really, really detailed so you could really get an idea of what it is you should be looking for so that even if you're kind of a newer technician, you wouldn't be completely lost. Now, the problem that we had with this wiki was twofold. A, that the format of it was kind of shitty, so it intimidated people from posting new articles, and B, that it was absolutely getting destroyed by spam. So we needed to switch over to a new format, which looked something like this that you see over here. However, the problem is all the guides need to be transferred over to this new format. Now, my original intention was to keep this old wiki up, which you can see over here, that has the very detailed version of the guides. This is the iPhone 7 guide in the old wiki. It's about 10 pages long. It's insanely detailed, and I was going to slowly transfer all the guides over to this new format, then make the new format live. The problem that we have is that the old wiki got destroyed by spam. I take 100% accountability and responsibility for this. I'll be honest, I was asleep at the wheel. I was burned out. After moving in 2020, dealing with a shitty contractor, COVID, riots, 2021, audit, 2022, audit number 2, 2023, a bunch of liens that were never supposed to be applied to my business that were the reason I couldn't get financing for the last 7 years. I think about the last 4 years and I'm surprised I haven't had a nervous breakdown. In fact, that may be right on schedule. But in the meantime, what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask for your help in fixing the mistake that I made, in being a poor steward of this website and causing so many articles that were contributed not just by me, but by many other people to be locked in this read-only wiki on this database that has been completely destroyed. Help me copy these to a new one, and I can promise you that the new database and the new wiki that we're copying it to is never going to be allowed to get to this point again. The nonprofit has contracted with a regular developer that gets regular pay in order to make sure that this never, ever happens again. And he's a great developer. But he's not a repair tech. He's not somebody that's going to be going in there and understanding what the important elements of these guides are and transferring everything over. That's where I could use your help. And I would be honored and humbled to receive your help in transferring these guides over from the old wiki to the new wiki so that many people have a resource they can use for fixing electronics that the manufacturer says are unfixable. So there's a page over here, repair.wiki/w/migrate. That's repair.wiki/w/migrate that goes over how it is you can transfer guides from the old wiki to the new wiki. And what I'm looking for are volunteers that are open to taking a lot of this data that's been posted to the old wiki and post it to the new wiki in the new format. I'll be 100% honest with you, it's a little bit depressing. Like, I tried to put something out there into the world for free that people could use for free to try and learn how to do these types of complex repairs and data recovery, and it literally just gets destroyed by spam. And while I admit that I should have been more awake, I should have been paying more attention to my own wiki, I should have had a developer on there that was paying attention to all this shit and watching as the database got destroyed. That's my fault for not doing it. It is just a little bit depressing that you try to do something nice and it gets destroyed. Thank you so much for taking the time, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.